I'm still trying to find out. I'm still trying to figure that out. Well, you know who I am?
Bruce Willis's life, as portrayed in this dramatic narrative, unfolds as a sweeping journey marked by triumph, hardship, fame, and deep personal struggle. From a childhood shaped by cultural dislocation and a painful stutter to a meteoric rise that redefined modern action cinema, this story traces how he carved out a place in Hollywood through grit, humor, and determination. Alongside his career, it follows his relationships, vulnerabilities, private battles, and eventual health challenges, shown through the eyes of those closest to him. In this retelling, Bruce's life becomes more than a timeline of movies. It becomes a portrait of a man fighting through adversity, holding on to his humanity, and leaving a legacy built on resilience and love. Early life and a childhood divided Bruce Willis's early years in post-war West Germany set the stage for a life shaped by cultural contrasts and emotional complexity. Born on a military base to an American soldier and a German mother, he grew up surrounded by remnants of conflict and strict discipline. His life shifted abruptly at age 2 when the family moved to New Jersey, where economic struggle and a rough neighborhood made fitting in difficult. The emergence of a severe childhood stutter isolated him even further, making school a daily trial filled with frustration and ridicule. Yet these hardships planted early seeds of strength. His attempts to fight off bullies were less about anger than survival. Even then, his sense of humor flickered beneath the surface, hinting at the performer he would one day become. Finding a voice through acting. During his teenage years, Bruce's stutter seemed to seal him off from opportunities and confidence. But everything changed the moment he joined the drama club. On stage, his speech became effortless, as if inhabiting another character freed his own trapped voice from fear. This turning point opened a path toward leadership, creativity, and self-belief. By the time he entered college, he was exploring theater more seriously and receiving speech therapy that further restored his confidence. Yet restlessness pushed him to leave school behind and head to New York City, where the hunger for a bigger life outweighed stability. Working exhausting shifts as a bartender, he sharpened his comedic timing, forged lasting friendships, and treated everyday interactions like small performances. Even through constant rejection, he pressed forward, believing that every struggle was shaping him into the actor he hoped to become. Moonlighting and sudden stardom. Landing the lead role in Moonlighting was the moment that catapulted Bruce into the spotlight. After multiple rejections, his bold final audition, full of wit, attitude, and spontaneity, won over producers. The show's demanding production schedule, tense working conditions, and creative chaos didn't dampen his appeal. Instead, it amplified his reputation as unpredictable, magnetic, and fast on his feet. His chemistry and clashes with co-star Sybil Shepherd fueled tabloid headlines, while behind the scenes the pressure burned him out physically. Yet even exhaustion couldn't dim the star that Moonlighting created. Audiences fell in love with his humor, swagger, and emotional range. This period showed the world that Bruce Willis wasn't just a TV actor. He was a force with staying power, one capable of anchoring major Hollywood projects with charisma alone. Die Hard and the making of an action icon. Bruce's leap from television to big-screen action hero was unexpected, and the industry's skepticism only amplified the shock when he was offered the lead in Die Hard. Considered unconventional for the genre, leaner, more relatable, less invincible, he infused John McClane with vulnerability and humor that reshaped action cinema itself. The physical demands were intense, culminating in a stunt explosion that caused lasting hearing damage, a price he quietly absorbed while production continued. Yet the final film's massive success turned him into a global phenomenon. His grounded, everyman toughness connected with audiences who saw themselves in his fear, grit, and determination. Die Hard didn't just launch a franchise, it redefined what a hero could look like and cemented Bruce Willis as one of Hollywood's most influential action stars. Experiments, risks, and evolving career. Rather than settle into a single persona, Bruce spent the next decade exploring a range of roles. Family comedies like Look Who's Talking showed his surprising warmth and humor, leading to staggering financial success from brief recording sessions. More dramatic projects like In Country revealed his emotional depth, while hits like Pulp Fiction, 12 Monkeys, and The Fifth Element proved his versatility. He took pay cuts for artistic roles and pushed himself physically and emotionally to inhabit characters on the edge. He endured fractures, exhaustion, and demanding sets, yet consistently delivered performances that broadened public perception of his abilities. Even when projects faltered commercially, they contributed to a career defined not just by blockbusters, but by bold, sometimes risky choices that built a complex artistic legacy. Love, family, and public struggles. Bruce's whirlwind marriage to Demi Moore became one of Hollywood's most iconic romances, full of passion, pressure, and scrutiny. Their fast Vegas wedding, growing family, and shared fame created a powerful public image, but behind the scenes they navigated infidelity rumors, career competition, and the strains of constant spotlight. Their eventual separation and high-profile divorce were painful yet surprisingly cooperative, allowing them to preserve a strong family bond. Bruce remained deeply involved in raising their daughters, and the blended family he later formed with Emma Hemming flourished with harmony and mutual respect. Even during tabloids, scandals, and public missteps, including arrests, rumors, and difficult moments, Bruce's devotion to his children and relationship stability remained a quiet center in a turbulent life. Later career shifts and signs of trouble. As the years progressed, Bruce's work pattern changed. While he continued appearing in the major productions, he increasingly accepted low-budget roles that seemed out of step with his earlier standards. Colleagues noticed declining energy, confusion on set, and dependence on earpieces or simplified scenes. What looked at first like disinterest or fatigue later appeared in a different light. His exhaustion, shortened performances, and reduced public presence hinted at deeper struggles. Meanwhile, personal challenges, including security threats at home, added to the sense of instability around him. Yet despite these shifts, he continued to deliver surprising moments of brilliance, especially in mentor-type roles or emotional character parts that drew on his years of experience and resilience. Health decline and private family resilience. In the narrative's later chapters, Bruce's health takes center stage as his family confronts the heartbreaking revelation of aphasia and progressive frontotemporal dementia. Behaviors once attributed to distance or aging were suddenly understood through the lens of neurological decline. Public statements reflected unity and transparency, while privately the family navigated grief, adaptation, and the shifting identity of a man once defined by voice and charisma. His wife Emma, daughters from both marriages, and even Demi formed a tight circle of support. The move to a specialized care environment is portrayed as a devastating but necessary decision to ensure safety, stability, and comfort. Even as his speech fades, small sparks, music, laughter, familiar faces, illuminate moments of connection, capturing the enduring spirit that defined him. Legacy of a complex, resilient life. The narrative concludes by framing Bruce Willis not merely as an action star, but as a man shaped by hardship, fierce creativity, loyalty, vulnerability, and unshakable authenticity. His journey, from a stuttering child to an international icon, becomes a testament to resilience. The story honors both the public legend and the private man, a father, a friend, a husband, and an artist whose humanity left as much impact as his movies. Even as illness erodes the abilities he once relied on, the emotional legacy he built continues through his family's devotion and the millions of people moved by his work. The story paints him as someone who fought for his voice, used it boldly, and remained loved long after it grew quiet.